Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew, and I want to welcome you to the very first episode of Patience is a Virtue, my new YouTube channel all about future sports betting. I'm an amateur sports bettor who has been wagering on sports for almost 10 years, and I started this channel because I wanted to share my enjoyment for betting from a futures perspective. Now, I have focused on exclusively futures betting for about the past year and a half because, as an amateur sports bettor who has a regular job, I just don't have enough time in my daily life to devote to gambling on a game by game basis. But because a futures bet can take weeks or even months to settle, I then have the ability to make adjustments to my bets to increase my chances of profit. I do this through an arbitrage method of building a position on multiple teams or players in order to secure a profit regardless of the final outcome. For example, in the men's college Final Four last month, I held a profitable position on all four Final Four teams. So I didn't need to sweat out who was going to win the national championship because I had all four of those teams at plus money. So I knew I was going to make a profit regardless of the outcome. And that's how I plan on presenting my picks to you. Now, on each episode, I plan to talk you through one or two bets and how I plan on going after that market. Now, I should say that these are bets that I am personally playing, not just ones that I think are a good value. However, that doesn't mean that they're the only way to play these bets. If you like a certain team or a certain player, you can always make a single bet and choose to hedge a little bit later on, depending on results or stats or any other information that you might have. I personally prefer to essentially hedge ahead of time through building a multiple team position, but that is just my personal strategy and what has worked for me in the past. Now, while that does present a little bit more risk because I am placing multiple wagers on a single outcome, and if I lose more than one bet, I have found that having multiple positions has increased my chances of ultimately finding a winner in the market. And I have actually made a profit over the past year and a half since I've started doing this. Now, it does mean that profits grow a little bit slower than hitting a single winner, but for me, a steady increase in profits is better than the sharp ups and downs of just placing a single futures bets and hoping that one bet is going to win. However, you are, of course, free to approach these markets however you want to choose. I'm just here to provide some bets and maybe a little bit of guidance, and you can make your choices as you wish. So that's actually going to be it for this episode. No picks in this video. I just wanted to give a quick introduction to the channel and how I'm planning on approaching futures betting moving forward. Now, I'm going to be coming up with an episode tomorrow looking at a bet in the second round of the NHL playoffs. So look for that coming out very soon. Until then, good luck with any bets that you might place. Always remember to gamble responsibly and never risk more than you can afford to lose. And of course, remember, patience is a virtue.